Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Frugal Grocery Haul, which looks totally different than something I've done in a really long time. I'm Kristen here at Joyfully Thriving, and every Thursday I'm here to share what I bought grocery-wise to feed our family of 6 on a monthly $500 budget. Now, if you're familiar here, you know I shop at a lot of different places because I will go wherever the deals are to feed our family and stretch my budget. That's just what I do. Well, this week I did something totally different. I went to Sam's and I went back to Every Plate. I haven't done this in almost a year, I don't think, and they were running a really good promo of $1.49 per person per meal. So I went ahead and signed up because I signed up for to serve 4 people. Our family of 6, our kids are 9, 7, 5, 3. The younger 2, they don't eat a whole lot. So a meal for 4 will feed our family of 6 and work out just fine. So I got my first box today, right now. I did that promo, and then I went ahead and paused the shipments for right now because I just wanted to take advantage of that, and we'll see if and when I resume. But I want to show you what a good deal it was, and if you've never tried it before, they're running some really good promos right now, and you might want to give it a try too to help stretch your budget. Again, one of the things I really believe that you should do when you are trying to save money is think outside the box, or in this case, think inside the box, because my food arrived in a box to my door. Yes, it was that easy. I selected my meals. I had a choice of about 30 meals, went through, picked the ones I want, and it all showed up at my door, all packaged, ready to go, and super excited for the ease of convenience and the bargain I got. So I did Every Plate this week. I did Sam's. I grabbed a couple things at Sam's. Stay tuned to the end. We'll see if I have anything else, but I'll share. If you're interested in trying Every Plate, I do have a link, which I will leave in the description to get you a bonus off, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But I'm sure you're curious. I know I was always excited to open that box. So let me show you what I got this week grocery-wise. All right, here is the Every Plate order. This entire counter full of groceries arrived packaged in 2 boxes. All my meats, all my veggies, everything you need, all the condiments. The meat is nice and cold and still pretty frozen. There were ice packs in it. And then it comes with the recipe card. So we'll start with the recipe card so you see what I'm cooking and what I ordered. I actually did this meal twice because it's burgers and that's easy and people like that. So I grabbed this pepper jack stuffed pub burgers with caramelized onions, potato wedges, and special sauce. Did crispy chicken with honey Dijon drizzle and sweet heat Brussels sprouts. Right there. Crispy Southwest chicken sandwiches with pickled jalapeno, might leave that off, potato wedges, and sauce. Cherry chili pork chops with roasted potatoes and carrots on that one. And then creamy smothered broccoli or pork chops with roasted broccoli and mashed potatoes right there. So those are the meals. Each of them came with enough to serve 4 people. So I got a full box of potatoes. Yes, they are heavy on potatoes because it is a cheaper side. I get that. My family loves potatoes, whether I use them with these meals or otherwise, those will get used, and there's a full box of potatoes. I also got some broccoli. So see, this typically a meal serves 2. So each of these things I got 2 of, so for each meal. So that's for 1 meal. I got Brussels sprouts, 2 packages of those, which look great. Cutest little bottles of vinegar, onions, garlic, and then see, you get all your things pre-packaged for you. I have panko. I have some honey Dijon. These are all the different spice mixes here. Mustard, honey, chicken stock, cherry jam for the pork chops, sour cream, different packages of cheese, the pepper jack cheese, 4 packages of that, jalapenos, different carrots. Again, they're all packaged to that way. Then I have some green onions. I added this garlic bread for $1. They let you do an add-on, and I was like, oh, my kids should like that. So that was $1. Grab that. Lots of buns, which, you know, buns freeze really well. If you don't use them for these meals, you could always freeze them and use them for something else. They're all potato buns. They're packaged in 2s. Just stick them inside another bag if you're not using them right away, and they will freeze really well. All right, and so then meat-wise, these packages are portioned out for, this is like a 2 serving. So 1 meal right here of ground beef, another meal of ground beef. So those are both the burgers for 2 different meals. I have pork chops for a meal, another pork chops for a meal, and then I had 2 of chicken, the chicken cutlets and another chicken cutlets. And they let you add on this steak. This is a new thing too for $1 for that package. So definitely took advantage of that. My husband will be super excited. So for everything on this counter, it was $1.49 a meal, okay, times 4, plus you did have to pay $10.99 shipping. So everything you see here cost me $48.80 shipped to my door. That includes the shipping, that includes everything. So if you work that out, it's really like $8 a meal, and it comes with your directions right here if you've never seen it. Right here, it gives you step by step how you cook all of the things. It's really very easy. Now, will I cook all of these things this week? Probably not. Let's flip around and talk about that. Let me show you the couple things I got at Sam's first. Small haul from Sam's. I ran in to get a rotisserie chicken because I didn't want to cook for dinner that night, and it had been a crazy Monday and there was none ready. So backup plan, grab the chicken at $2.68 a pound, and we'll prep that for dinner tonight. Grab some coleslaw to do egg roll in a bowl. That was $2.33. And then the instant deal, because I was there, I happened to notice the 6-pack of the Lipton soup is $6.48. Right now it's $7.98 minus $1.50. So it works out to like $1.10 a package. The generics are all right at $1, and they just aren't quite as good. I like to use a packet of that and mix it in hamburgers when I am making hamburgers for the freezer. So went ahead and grabbed that. So those were my things today at Sam's, and I spent $28.32. All right, that's what I got at Sam's. Just curious, has any of you noticed that rotisserie chicken has been really hard to find at Sam's lately? It seems so odd to me. My husband actually stopped later that night to fill up with gas, and he said, do you want to do anything? You want me to grab anything? And he went in, and they did have rotisserie chicken then, but he said there was a ridiculous line. So I will add that $4.98. We did get the rotisserie chicken later, as well as I grabbed a gallon of milk to our total. So we are still, with the Every Plate and Sam's and those couple things, I'm under $85 spent for the beginning of February. Kroger deals, I think I'm going to skip Kroger this week. The Kroger deals were okay, but I didn't notice anything hugely great or exciting that caught my eye. Honestly, the best deal was I saw the 3 pounds of apples were $2.99 again. That's a great deal, but I didn't see any great meat sales or anything else that caught my eye, so I think I'll just skip it and keep my total low this week and hope for better sales at Kroger to come. All right, let's talk a little bit more about Every Plate. Now, it's a lot, honestly. So it was $1.49, like I said, per meal per person. I did the 4-person, like I said, so that, and then you do pay shipping of $10.99. So altogether it was $48.80. So if I divide that up per meal, I'll include the shipping in it because to me that just makes sense. It works out to like $8.13 a meal. All shipped to my door. I get my menus, I get my meat cleaned and prepped and packaged, I get all my produce, and I think it's a great deal. I'm super excited about it because I've done this before. I'm impressed with their quality of meals that they do serve and the choices that you get. But the other thing is you get, it's just, I don't know. It's been kind of a crazy couple weeks, and this is just an easy way to take one thing off of my mind. I don't have to menu plan. The recipes are already here. Now, will we eat all of these in 1 week? No, we won't. The meat is packaged very well, so it's super easy to freeze, and I will do that. Like for some of the burgers, I will just freeze that and make burgers later when we're ready for that. Because they're in smaller packages, it also thaws very well. I will make sure we eat the produce like the Brussels sprouts and the broccoli and do some of those meals this week. But some of it I will freeze. The buns, they freeze really well. Potatoes are going to last a long time. So it was just a great way to get a good deal to cover a full counter of groceries for 6 meals for our family for under $50. Great deal. So one of the ways I'm sharing this is just, again, I want to encourage you to think outside the box. Your deals don't all have to come from your typical grocery store. Maybe you're finding them on Amazon. Maybe you're finding them at a subscription food service like this. Maybe you are finding them at a discount food store. Maybe you're finding them at Dollar Tree. You can find different bargains in so many different ways. So I hope this gives you a good idea of some of those ways. If you are curious about trying Every Plate, I do have a referral link which gives you a discount. It does vary based on the current promos, but if you've never tried it before, I believe it gives you $70 off your first box. You can try around in it. I think that's like 2 meal or 3 meals for 2 people. Play around with the numbers. It might apply to larger boxes as well. But if you're curious, go ahead and check that out. It's joyfullythriving.com/everyplate, or I'll leave the link in the description box so you can check that out too if you're curious. Again, watch the promos, stack the sales. If it can work for your family in a certain season, great. The other thing I like about Every Plate is that it's very easy to pause a week, skip a week, and if you decide after you've gotten a couple weeks of deals or just 1 week of deals, you can cancel too. They make it very simple to do that. So I just take advantage of those good promos when I see them. Like I said, I am willing to be creative and stretch our budget however I can. So that's how I'm doing it this week. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video.